Hello everybody, this is Undead Nightmare 24 back with the Blu-ray review, and I will be going over The Exorcist 3, which was filmed in 1990, and it is, they say, the true sequel to The Exorcist. And I really liked this movie. It was a pretty good one. I enjoyed it. It's a good horror sequel to The Exorcist, but to me my favorite is The Exorcist. You can't beat that, but this is a pretty good sequel to it. And it does star George C. Scott, who is Detective Kinderman. And he is a detective who is pretty much kind of depressed and going through some rough times. So he has this priest, which is played by Ed Flanders, as Father Dyer, who's kind of his buddy. They kind of hang out once in a while so he won't be as depressed. And his faith is pretty much gone, Detective Kinderman's. So he's seen a lot during his cop duties, and he's also investigating like a murder about a killer called the Gemini Killer. And he's I guess murdered like a boy he cared for. And his murders are about like decapitating heads with this tool right here. So he's on the trail, and I guess it's a case that was like 15 years ago, so they believe the Gemini Killer is actually dead. But then some more murders start popping up, so he's kind of worried again that killer's out on the loose. So he pretty much goes through him, trying to investigate what's going on with these murders and all that. And it does have a great story to it. Really like it. Has like a murder mystery kind of psychological thriller in it, and it does have some horror aspects as well. And it really consists of like him, the detective, and his buddy Father Dyer, who ends up, spoiler alert if you have not seen this movie, recommend you to turn this video off. But it does have a murder with Father Dyer, which drives him a little more agitated at catching this guy. And then he ends up going in like a state facility where more murders are happening, and he pretty much starts to talk with this patient in there that claims to be the Gemini Killer. And he doesn't believe it. He believes the Gemini Killer is dead. But then this guy, who's played by the original man, Jason Miller, from the original Exorcist, and he's known as Patient X, which he switches to another personality, I can't talk here, excuse me, which is Brad Dourif, and he's like the Gemini Killer inside him. So it switches from both of them, which is pretty cool. I really like that part of the film. And he ends up saying like everything, all these killings that are happening around, he knows pretty much all of it, the knowledge, and it's kind of freaking this detective out. So he's trying to get to the bottom of it, and does have some pretty good kills. It is kind of a slow burn in a way. If you're into those ones where you want that gore and action all the time, this movie will not be for you. But if you can enjoy them slow burns, a little psychological tale to it, and it does pick up. And there is 2 cuts discussed in this film. There's the Legion cut and the theatrical cut, and there's that debate on that one. I did watch both cuts, and I really enjoyed the theatrical cut. I'm going to have that unpopular opinion on that. But that's the cut I really did enjoy more. So even though the Legion cut is good too, and it does have the original scenes from Brad Dourif, who does a phenomenal job as the Gemini Killer. And then what I really liked about the theatrical cut is the ending, man. That ending, to me, was better. I mean, it had more of that Exorcist feel to it. Really liked how that scene plays out. I don't want to give too many spoilers around about it, but I mean, this movie had it all. I really enjoyed it. It's a great sequel to The Exorcist, and I do highly recommend it if you have not seen it already. And that is The Exorcist from 1990, and I will give this film a thumbs up, and would really recommend you guys watching this. So if this is Undead Nightmare 24, back with the review. Hope everyone has a great night. Stay safe. Would appreciate a like and subscribe. And also, if you've seen this movie, leave your comments and let me know what you think about it, which cut you prefer. And great to hear opinions, different opinions. Everyone have a good night. Peace.
17 years ago, an extraordinary motion picture touched our most profound, nameless fears. Do you dare walk these steps again? Death be not proud, nor canst thou kill me. Satan grows stronger. You believe in possession, Father? He has found a haven.
Come to take a little blood from you, Father.
He has taken possession. The boy had been crucified. His web widens. I've just never seen anything like this in 20 years. Inside this cell, the killer drove an ingot into each of his eyes and cut off his head. Inside, a man. Who are you? I am no one. A man we thought had died 17 years ago. He is inside with us. He will never get away. This time you're going to lose. The real terror is back. George C. Scott in William Peter Blatty's The Exorcist